Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the YouTube page. Let's see what is going on for this particular week. Okay. Seems like every morning we wake up and there's something new and eventful to talk about. So let's see what is coming in the next 7. All righty, here we go. Mother, Mother Peace, Hanson Roberts, and our Voyager deck sitting here ready to go. Okay. Communications are opening up. Now, my immediate thought was that sounds political to me. So, groups of people that are getting together to actually talk about something, right? And it also looks like there's going to be one person that unexpectedly is going to have positive input to the resolution of what's going on. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, it might get a little nasty before it gets resolved, but I don't take that as a bad thing because sometimes they have to stop pussyfooting around it and just get to the bottom of the issue. Okay. And that's what this is saying. This is what we're facing. It's probably what we've been dealing with. All of that black and red and stuff, that's arguing and adamant behavior and everything. And that's what we've been faced with. But what's coming is actually this one, which is communications are opening up, right? The 6 of Worlds, but you can actually see it looks like there's 2 swans that are finally looking at the similar issue and coming up with a third solution, okay? Right, left, and in between. So that is a good omen for what's going on in the government right now. And no offense, but metaphysically speaking, this kind of looks to me like I think there's some restless nights for having visitations from past lawmakers that have crossed over. And so they might be getting some outside information instead of just what is on their books. Okay. Interesting. And then we see there's input here by a very strong female in the organization, and she's going to be helping to make a big difference. Okay. So count as much as they've been negating what the power of women has been, this is telling me that there's going to be a female that's going to have some strategic information for what they need to be doing. That red stuff is angry. So she's kind of like a Liz Cheney sort of person where she speaks her mind and is not going to pussyfoot around. So keep your eyes open for that. We have opportunities that are starting to come our way. Now, this doesn't mean everything's all rosy and sweet, but it does mean that there's going to be some positive notes hidden amongst the negative ones. So don't give up hope yet. They're giving birth to some new ideas that are going to be finding resolution. And this card right here is saying there's personal wisdom coming to each of the people that are involved in the choice making. So maybe this is finally that our Congress is starting to wake up and realize there's people at the other end of these bills that they are denying and not doing. So that's a good card. That's a good card for that. It's also parked right next to the Fool Child card. So this is going to be maybe a new idea that nobody has entertained at all. So this is good. And it's next to the woman card. So let's see what she has to say. Okay. I like the Fool Child because that's a card that tells me that God protects fools and babies, and God knows what we are at this stage of the game, but it's just telling me that it's like, keep your eyes open for something new that you hadn't thought of yet, because it might be right exactly what you're supposed to be looking at. Once again, there's female influence here. This is a position of hopes and fears. It's an older female, so she may have been with the government for a long time. And she's putting at least her 2 cents worth in, because honestly, there's little coins tossed on this card. And that's what she's doing. It's like, we've been through this before. We've had the isolated non-connection between the one left side and right side. And she's going to say, we can find an answer. And this is drawing back on old history. So good card for that. And I think what we're going to start looking at too is seeing the uprising of middle group politicians that have much better solutions than the people that we've been counting on from the past. One side is like adamantly dug in, the other side is airy-fairy, and this one here is saying, we've got to work together and we can do this. Okay. They believe it can be done, and they're going to be showing different little solutions and stuff. This is like a Pete Buttigieg or a Adam Schiff kind of person. Okay, so that's the kind of personality this is. They'll look outside of the box for answers, and they're going to start finding some. And they're also going to be finding some people that are on their side. Okay, so unexpectedly, some GOP from down south is identifying with a um, Democrat from Oregon or something. Okay. Seems like unlikely bed partners, but they find each other and they're starting to make sense to the rest of people. You know, we'll be voting on the midterms in not too long at all. All right, enough of that. I'm going to set that aside. Let's look at our cards and see what we've got. Just as a little surprise, Mother Peace. Mother Peace. We got one here and one here. Let's see what she's got to say for us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is like having an overseer while people are working on committees. So they're working. It's going to start working. So maybe it hasn't been so bad. And once again, we've got this female that's got some input here. And it might appeal logically and also be a resolution emotionally. Okay, enough already, huh? Let's see about Hanson Roberts. What do we got? Okay. Got these two, but that one wanted to come too. So let me have a look at that. Yeah, these are the sleepless nights, the crying and the worrying that everybody's been going through. It's like, oh my God, what's happening? It's like, all right, we're starting to get some solutions because it is something that may have started in July, August, okay? And it's going to come to fruition, which is going to help put some of this to rest. This is one solution after another, very difficult situations, okay? So we have to ridiculously be patient because the answers are coming. This is telling me that it's a healing that's going to start manifesting itself, okay? Yeah, and once again, here's this kind of middle of the roader guy that's like, all right, I've got this information and that information. Let's see if we can put it together and find common ground for both of us. Okay, so if somebody is making themselves known, they haven't taken that role before. All righty, kiddos, what a weird batch of cards we've got this week, but I'm saying keep the faith, hang in there. Things are going to be changing, albeit slowly, um, because there's new people that want to come in and hear their voices heard. So maybe it's not an accident that Nancy Pelosi is retiring, because maybe it's a portent of something yet to come. Alrighty, kiddos, you take good care of yourselves and find something fun to do. You know, we're all so serious and so worried. You need to take a little time off and decompress. Alrighty, my best to all of you guys. Love you bunches. And I will talk to you in another 7. Okay, bye for now.